Hey everyone, it's Joe Frick. I wanted to talk to you today about why it's always important to call the police directly after the crash. Now, directly after you've gotten a car crash and you've been injured, you need to call them for several reasons. First, they'll be able to come to the car crash scene, talk to everybody, the person that hit you, they'll talk to you, they'll talk to any witnesses that are there, if there are any, and they will determine who actually caused the crash and who's liable. All right, they'll probably issue a citation to that other person. Once the person gets that citation, they go to the courthouse, they pay for it. That essentially establishes liability for the insurance claim and most of the time in the personal injury case that happens later on if you're not able to settle the claim with the insurance company. But most of the time, if they pay the citation, you can show that to the insurance company and that will establish liability for the insurance claim, kind of cutting off the necessity of actually having to go through the whole court process later on. Now, the other benefit to calling the police directly after the crash is they'll gather a lot of helpful information. They'll gather the contact information for the person that hit you. They'll gather the contact information for any of the witnesses in case you need to contact them later on. This is very important because here recently I just received a call where a lady wanted to sue the other party for a T-bone accident that happened roughly 2 years ago, which is kind of the deadline to file anything against somebody like that in the state of Idaho. But unfortunately, she didn't have the police report or the contact information or the name of the person that actually hit her, so she was pretty much out of luck. I couldn't do anything for her because the statute of limitations ran and she didn't have all of the necessary information to file something with the court. The other important information that the police will gather is the insurance company of the person that hit you. So you'll need that information to contact the person that hit you's insurance company so you can get a claim filed, you can get the contact information for the adjuster, for the person that's going to be contacting with you and communicating you with within the insurance company to get your personal injury claim with the insurance company handled and resolved, hopefully resolved without having to go to court. Now, the police will also gather evidence related to the case. They will take pictures. They will have a diagram that's actually going to be in the police report that you can get a hold of later on, showing the position of the vehicles. Nowadays, you more likely can get the body cam footage from the police, so you can actually get that actually shows what the other party is saying to the police when they're investigating the crash. So you can use any statements that are in there on the video against the other person in case the case goes on to trial. And if the insurance company is trying to go back and forth on who's actually liable, you can have the body cam footage from the person that hit you with the statement saying that they were liable or contradicting what the person that hit you is telling their own insurance company. Another benefit is sometimes when people get in a crash, especially if they cause it and they don't think they're at fault, they get hostile, the police can diffuse the situation. Now, one of the other benefits, last one I'm going to talk to you about today, is calling the police is always essential because sometimes people that hit you, that cause crashes, they're very adamant about not calling the police and that you can settle the insurance or the claim between you and just exchange insurance information. First, sometimes people change their stories after they get done at the car crash. They'll call their insurance and they'll say that they actually didn't cause the crash, that you were the one that caused it, and they're going to be filing a claim against your insurance company. So if they do that, then you're kind of in a hard spot because the insurance company is not going to believe you. They're going to believe the person that pays them for the insurance policy that they have. So that kind of puts you in a rough situation because if the insured or the person that hits you says that to their insurance company, they're going to deny liability and you're going to be put in the rough spot of either giving up on the claim altogether, filing with your own insurance company and incurring that deductible that you're going to have to pay to get your car fixed, and not getting your medical bills paid by the other person. So that is why it's always very essential to call the police directly after a crash. Thanks.